Hello, my name is Chloe Werble, and this is our new co-star,
Rosalind Thrasher, and this is Torture Case, where we will take a deep dive into medieval torture methods.
On this week's episode, we will be talking about the wooden horse. Trigger warning for excessive or gratuitous violence, death, dying, and blood. On today's episode, we have a special guest, Officer Bob.
Hello.
You have been warned, now let's begin. Wait, I think I've heard of the wooden horse before. Don't some people call it the Spanish donkey?
Why, yes, they do. Most people claim that the most horrific medieval torture device they've heard of was the wooden horse. So, Officer Bob,
Yes.
what do you know about it? Like the origins, maybe?
I did not know about it, so I looked it up. So I did not know the origin.
How about you, Rod?
I have heard a bit much. Wasn't it first used by the Holy Inquisition in the 12th century in France?
Yeah, it was later adapted to Spanish, Germany, and eventually colonial America. It remained in use for the Middle Ages throughout the 1860s, including during the American Civil War. So, since you researched it, do you think you could describe what it looked like to us, Officer Bob?
Yeah, from everything that I was reading, it's basically you have just a flat bench and then you put a point in the middle, and that's what it was. Or if you took the roundness of a horse's back and you just made it a point, that's what it was.
Okay, well, do you know how long people were normally on it, or what it was used for? Like, what sort of punishments?
From everything that I read, it was used for different things. Now, laws back in the day differed. Like one of the laws was swearing. Another one was theft. It was like kind of your more petty crimes, and it would be for a relatively short amount of time, like 15, 20, 30 minutes, at least according to the source that I read, which was only for a very brief amount of time. So I'm sure there's more to expand upon.
Of course. Do you know anything about it?
Didn't the Spanish army documented its use into the 19th century?
Yeah, the Spanish army was really big on using it. It was one of their main torture methods for punishment. How about its legacy? Do you know how well known it is by others, Officer Bob?
Current day, I don't think it's well known at all. The wooden horse, the first thing that comes to mind is the Trojan horse, which is was used way in ancient times to hide an army, but that's not what it is. It's totally something different, and it's actually a lot simpler. What I found interesting was that it was used during, like I said, colonial times, and it was found one source that said actually in the early infantile stages of the Revolutionary War, it was used to punish soldiers for inappropriate behavior, which I thought was interesting that General Washington himself would give out that punishment for the wooden horse.
Right. So I heard one of the things that they commonly would add weight to the ankles. It pulled them down, and I've heard that in some extreme cases, the victim's body could be split in two due to the pressure. Do you think that it would probably cause some terror for people watching it?
Yeah, I could see. Yeah, I could see it a lot. What it does is something that nobody wants. So I could definitely see if you were witnessing this as a public punishment, that people would be possibly deterred from doing something that might create that punishment. And yeah, if in my time in law enforcement, I tell you that if enough pressure is applied, it could do pretty catastrophic damage. So I don't know if it has ever gotten to that, but I mean, just sitting on that with your own body weight would hurt, let alone ankle weights to your ankles. And like I said, the article that I read said that they would perfectly balance it so that the person couldn't move and they actually couldn't fall off, which would be awful. Yeah.
Imagine the first time someone actually fell off of it and they had to adjust their whole spiel.
Oh my gosh. I wonder if they would have to restart their time.
Probably. So, Ross, do you know any famous people that used it?
Yes, I know a couple people. I might not say their names correctly though. So Paul Revere and one of the U.S. founder fathers used it multiple times.
That's quite interesting. Do you know anyone famous that used it, Bob?
Other than George Washington, I don't think he used it for punishment. I don't think he was ever on it. So didn't use it that way, but
Lucky man, not doing himself.
oh, that hurts. That hurts a lot.
Next time, where we'll be talking about
He-
Oh,